Alright guys, so quick story time here. When I was 17 years old, like most 17-year-olds, I was completely broke and decided I wanted some money that day. Don't know what I needed money for, I don't really remember. It was probably to buy, like, cigarettes or some stupid shit like that, I don't know. Regardless of what it was for, I decided that I was gonna get this money by going to GameStop and selling some old games. So I rummaged through all my old games, decided what I don't want to play anymore, and drive myself down to GameStop. I think it was with one of my friends, actually. We walked in, and I presented the games to the guy at the counter and told him that I wanted to get some money for them. Pretty standard stuff. I'm trying to remember so hard what games they were. It was mostly PS2 games, because this was in like 2007, 2008 maybe. I didn't even own an Xbox yet then, so it was mostly older games. But I had a good amount of them. I think I had a few like old Tony Hawk's Pro Skater games, maybe some kind of racing game like Need for Speed, maybe old Gran Turismo, something like that. Some stupid fucking Star Wars pod racing game. I don't know. I had maybe 9 or 10 games altogether. So the dude was like, "Oh, cool. Are you 18 years old or older?" And I told him I was, even though I wasn't. And then he started checking each game to see what he could give me for them. So he finally finishes up and tells me how much money he can give me for all these games put together. I forgot how much money it was, but I told him cool, and I got my wallet out, getting it ready to fill with all that sweet cash that it's just so good when you're a teenager, you know? I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I'm gonna go to McDonald's, and I'm gonna fucking, like, God knows what else, buy a pack of cigarettes or whatever, impress some girl, I don't know. So we're about to exchange the money into my hands, and then he asks for my ID. And I was just like, fuck, man, is this guy really carding me for returning video games right now? Like, I knew I had lied when I'd got in there. I knew this wasn't gonna work anymore once he saw that I wasn't 18 years old, right? So I was about to turn 18 in the next month or so, and I had done this trick. It's not really a trick, but it's basically, I used to just hand my ID over to people confidently when they asked if I was 18 when I would try to buy shit. And most of the time, people can't do the math in their head. Like, if they just see the year that you were born and it was 18 years ago, they'd be like, okay, fine, because most people are fucking stupid, right? They don't actually stop to think, like, has his birthday happened yet? So I just hand my ID over to him, and he looks at it, and within like 1 second, he just looks at me and goes, "You're not 18. And I just kind of stand there and look at him, and I'm like, well, I'm about to be, you know, like, who cares, right? And then he said something along the lines of, well, I care, and you lied to me, and you were just gonna lie to me and let me give you this money, even though you're not 18 years old? And this guy just looked like such a fucking loser, like, beta male, like, ultimate cuck, just, you know, your typical GameStop employee fucking nerd, that when he said this, I just started laughing, like, uncontrollably, because this guy was so offended that I lied to him about being 18 years old, and then he calls me out on it, so I just look at him and I say, yeah, I was gonna lie, like, who cares? Needless to say, I was immediately asked to leave the store, and from that point on, I fucking hated GameStop with all my heart. That's why I got so overly excited when I saw this headline today that says, GameStop, Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and Fallout 76 failed to meet expectations. Oh yes, that sounds like some good karma to me. I don't know about you guys. Who here's seen the video where the guy goes in the GameStop dumpster and they cut all of the discs, and the guy is just getting so fucking mad as he's doing it?
Let's see, we got Madagascar. You could donate this to a hospital. You've cut the disc. Let's see, we got Ninja Gaiden. You've cut the disc. Battlefield. You've cut the disc. SOCOM. I'm glad you cut the disc. Call of Duty, cut the disc. MLB, cut the disc. Mass Effect, cut the disc. You cut the disc on every single disc there is.
Like, this is justice. This is justice right here for cutting all those discs and ripping off so many people on a regular basis. Desperate kids who have no bargaining power whatsoever, giving them $3 fucking for a game when they go and sell it for $25, $30. This sounds like just another part of justice being served to GameStop. So the article says, even though Activision and Bethesda are seeing huge sales from Call of Duty and Fallout games, GameStop doesn't seem to be benefiting as much. GameStop apparently posted their third quarter results for 2018, and even though that Black Friday had some good numbers on it, it posted a net loss of $488 million. Yikes, man, that is not a good look. So I just want to know something right now, dudes. When is the last time that you bought a physical disc copy of a game? Let me know down in the comments. I haven't bought a disc since 2015. Black Ops 3, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is the last game that I have on disc, and everything else since then has been digital, man, and I just don't see any reason to go back whatsoever. But anyway, the article says that the CFO of GameStop says that Black Ops 4 and Fallout 76 did well, but they did not do as well as they had hoped. He also noted that Fallout 76 may have been affected by low ratings from critics and fans alike. He said, obviously, you can see in the market what the Metacritic scores are around Fallout 76, and that's impacted its sell-through. I'll probably just leave it at that. So I don't play Fallout. I had Fallout 4, and I don't know, man, it just seemed like too big of a time investment, like too grindy. I just couldn't get into it. It's not my type of game. But I have seen a lot of bitching on YouTube about Fallout 76, so you guys let me know down in the comments below if you've played that game and what you think about it if you are a Fallout fan. But the article ends by saying the retailer has seen a tough year all around, and earlier this year was discussing the possibility of accepting a buyout with a competitor. So far, it doesn't look like progress has been made on that front, but it may be doing some looking around, especially after the loss. We'll just have to see if it bounces back when the year-end numbers get revealed in early 2019, if digital sales have a further effect or not. And yeah, they probably will, because it's 2018 and nobody wants to go buy a fucking disc anymore, man. I gotta say, those midnight releases at GameStop used to be fucking wild, dude. People would be dressed up in Call of Duty outfits and shit. It was so fun. But those days are over. It's all digital now. You could preload the game and play it directly at midnight. Like, you gotta keep in mind, when people used to buy discs, there was no installation too back then. You just went home, put the game in your Xbox, and fucking played. Now, you go home, have to do a fucking hour-and-a-half installation, and then you could play. Nobody wants to wait for that anymore, so people are going digital for that, and just because it's more convenient. So that's pretty much it. GameStop is pretty much worthless, man. Like, I really don't give a fuck what happens to them. They've been ripping people off for years and years, and I don't go there. I'm not gonna miss it. You know, the last thing I bought at GameStop, I went and bought a copy of MW2 when it became backwards compatible a couple months ago. It was like $7, but before that, I think the last thing I bought from GameStop was Black Ops 3 back in 2015. So just let it die, man. Let it fucking die. I couldn't care less. You guys let me know how you feel about it down in the comments below. I think as a community, we all kind of feel the same way about GameStop. Like, GameStop sucks. I don't think anyone's really gonna care, but let me know if you do. And that's it for the video. If you enjoyed it, leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Follow me on Twitter. Link is down below, and I will see you dudes in the next video. Peace out.